So it is September favourites time, and that is crazy to me, more crazy than any other month, because I feel like this month has just gone by so quick. I feel like we're only 2 weeks in and we're at the end of the month already. It's insane. I don't know what's happening. But I kind of struggled gathering things for this favourites, I'm not going to lie, because I had been playing around with lots of different things and I just wasn't sure exactly what I had been loving, and it was a bit confusing for me. But I have picked some products that I have been really enjoying. If some of these are things I've spoken about before, then I apologise. I did double check in my last month's favourite that I wasn't repeating any products, and I wasn't, but yeah, I don't know about that. Now one of these I'm thinking that I did show in that video, and was it not listed? I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, so let's start with makeup. I've got 2 makeup items. The first one is this mascara from MAC, and this is the 3D Extra Dimension Mascara. Now, you would be right in wondering how on earth is mascara like 3D Extra Dimension flies a spaceship in its spare time, because the name is a bit silly and it's also a bit hard to open. Okay, I've got it open now, we're good. This is what the mascara wand looks like. Small, spiky, bristly. You can see it's got the extra spikes on the end, which are very good for like fanning out the corners and for getting underneath. I love this mascara. It doesn't smudge on me, which is a very, very important thing, because I find most mascaras go smudgy and I end up with like mascara here and everything like that. It wears beautifully, it's not waterproof, it's not too much of a bitch to get off, and I don't find many kind of higher end mascaras to be the best. I do prefer drugstore, but I do have the problem with like things fading on me. But this is actually a really, really good mascara, and one that I think I would contemplate repurchasing when I run out of it, because I like it that much. It gives a very defined, very full look, and if you've got very crap eyelashes like I have, it works a treat for them. And I'm not wearing it today, so I can't show you that, because I'm actually doing a day test for the L'Oreal Paradise mascara. But it works really, really nicely, and I've been using it non-stop for all of August and all of September, and I love it. And I think MAC's one of those brands actually that kind of, since the Instagram makeup thing has kind of become such a trend, that we've almost forgotten about MAC a little bit. And you have all these brands like, you know, Anastasia and the like KKW things and the Kylie things and all of that type of thing, that MAC's kind of, for a lot of the very like young like YouTubers and things, isn't something that they necessarily talk about that often, and that makes me sad, because it's actually one of my favourite brands. I very, very rarely dislike a product from them, and this is a great example of a product that they have done extremely, extremely well in terms of formulation, so I love this. Then the next makeup thing, I've only been using this for probably about 3 weeks now, but it's the Sleek CC Cream SPF 29 UVA and UVB Boost Radiance and Mattify Shine. I've got it in the shade Fair. Just looks like this. Because it's white, my camera never likes it. Yeah, I've got it in the shade Fair, and it's a very interesting product in terms of, they claim it's a long-lasting complexion corrector that treats and corrects imperfections with medium coverage. The coverage of it is pretty decent actually. The texture of it is quite interesting. It's quite thick. If I get some out and show you. Can you see that there? It's not very runny, it's quite a thick texture. And in fact, you know what, I'm not going to talk about this too much. I am going to do a standalone review of this because I think it's a very interesting product. And I've been enjoying it a lot this month. But it does give you sort of like a medium coverage, nice finish, lasts okay on my very greasy skin, and not too bad in terms of price either. I think it was like $9.99, so I like that. I don't particularly like the packaging though, that's the only thing. So that's that. And then another makeup thing. I actually mentioned this in my oily skin video a while ago, but this is the Freedom Pro Studio Oil Control Base. And I'll link that video down below for you. But it's basically a primer that's meant to help with oil control. I have extremely oily skin, and I find this does actually help, which is unusual because the texture of it is more like just a clear gel. You see that there? It's just a clear gel. It's not silicone-y. It doesn't necessarily feel too much like a primer, but it does just help to control the oil. Gives you a nice canvas for your makeup on top of your moisturiser or SPF or whatever you're using. And it's very affordable as well. I think it was like £6 or £7. Sorry, I've got something irritating my nose. Like I said, I'm recovering from a cold and I'm a bit all over the place. I also haven't eaten today yet and it's like 1 o'clock. So that was that. Then in terms of fragrance, I have got this favourite. And this is the Victoria's Secret Love Spell. Now, you might think this is a really random thing, but I love the smell of this so much. It's just such a like nostalgic smell, and I love the peach and the kind of sweetness of it. And after I've had a shower, I just spritz it all over myself. It doesn't last particularly long. It is a bit of a false economy. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but I just love it. So that's that. And then I have got 2 face masks to talk to you about because I am obsessed with face masks. I cannot get enough of them. I have so many and I can't seem to stop buying them, and they're just my favourite thing in life at the moment. But I've got 2 things that are my recent favourites. This is the Una Brenner Super Facialist Salicylic Acid Anti-Blemish Pore Purifying Clay Mask. This is very good at... Why am I doing this? This is very good at detoxifying, getting rid of all the gunk from your skin. If your skin feels like a bit spotty, this is very good. It's a very similar actually, to the Neutrogena Visibly Clear 2-in-1 Wash and Mask. Very similar to that, but it packs a little bit more of a punch, I would say. It's a nice white, soft clay kind of mask. Then I've also got this, and this is the L'Oreal Pure Clay Blemish Rescue Mask. I am actually a bit spotty at the moment, but that's to do with something else. When I say that, I feel like you're all going to be like, are you pregnant? Are you this? Are you that? No. It's to do with 2 things. Number 1 is I've started this like quite extreme diet, and I think my body's just reacting to it a little bit at the moment. And the second thing is a serum I used yesterday that I think definitely gave me some spots. So that's that. But this looks really cool. First of all, it's blue, which I don't know why, I just find that incredibly appealing. And I love this whole range from L'Oreal. I think they have done so well with this range. It dries nicely, it is very good at clearing out your pores. You can put a nice big thick layer on and you really feel like it's doing something. And I just really, really recommend it. If you do have blemish prone skin, it's a nice, good, deep cleanse, and definitely a product that I recommend. They say that it clears and unclogs. I like this just as much as the detox one. Those are my favourite from the whole range, I think. That's it. I didn't have tons of favourites this month, did I? That's kind of, I've been playing around with things, and I don't like to say something's a favourite unless it really, really is. And also I went away, so I was kind of a bit more minimal in what I was using. But anyway, in terms of random favourites this month, I finished watching Gypsy. I really enjoyed that. Very good. Naomi Watts on Netflix. I have heard it hasn't been renewed for a 2nd season, which I find a bit weird, but that was very enjoyable. And also I've got a movie recommendation for you that I watched a couple of days ago called The Book of Henry, also starring Naomi Watts randomly, but I will put the trailer for that down below so you can go and watch it because it's great. Best film I've seen in ages. Really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you've been enjoying this month and what your plans are for October. It's my birthday month in October, but I'm not that excited about it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.